Welcome to Shaunie's World. These are just my thoughts with a comedic side of humor. But if you're cool with your girl, go fool with your girl. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Disclaimer. I saw a headline, and the headline said, Wells Fargo employee found dead at their desk after 4 days. Now, I am taking you to Tempe, Arizona. Y'all know it gets hot in Arizona. What that little kid say when Martin thought he was a daddy? I don't want to go to Arizona. When I saw that headline, I said, I don't want to work so hard that my job don't even notice I'm dead. Hello? I don't want to work that hard that my job don't even notice that I'm dead. Now, I will put this disclaimer out there. Allegedly, since COVID started in 2019, the actual office has rotating shifts. Some companies have come back 100%, 5 days a week. Some companies do hybrid. Some companies allow you to work from home 100%. So a lot of people may only be 2 or 3 people per floor because you're still operating on the COVID schedule. But 4 days dead? The way death stank, ain't no way y'all missed that. Now, we're going to go down this rabbit hole because we're going to try to figure out why 60-year-old Miss Denise Prudhomme was found on August the 20th after she fully clocked in August the 16th. She never clocked out. So that means that y'all system just allow people to work 24-hour days. Now, the employees, this where it gets fishy. They said that they smelled something, but they didn't think it was death. They said, oh, it got to be the plumbing. So y'all just going to sit through plumbing? Because plumbing is a shitty situation. If you sit when it stank, then I got questions about your nose and your nose hairs. I ain't finna sit no whole shift and just smell stank. And if you ever smelled what organs smell like when they expire, oh baby, you don't need that. This don't smell good. Now, one worker has already expressed that the death of this individual went unnoticed for so long. They're concerned, but it's so weird because they said that they had around-the-clock security and they were thoroughly cleaning the building, but I got questions. How do you thoroughly clean the building and you don't notice somebody slumped over laying on their desk? What was securitying if you didn't notice? Now, they said that she was working on a floor which didn't get a lot of traffic. It was the 3rd floor. And I'm assuming if they had the 1st and the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor might have been for maybe a department that did not have customer service full throttle. Maybe it was like a smaller box of employees that did specific duties and tasks. And maybe that cubicle area, because sometimes when it's not a lot of employees that do the same job, it's normally like 5 to 10 that do the specific duty. They do box you into these taller cubicles, and sometimes you do have the advantage of having an office. But baby, ain't nobody gonna go 4 days without even saying, well, let me go ahead and step around the corner and say something to Miss Denise. Let me see how Miss Denise knew. Miss Denise is at work, because even when I had a job and I was going back into the office, we were in different desks from the desk we were at prior to COVID, we still text our friends like, girl, you at work today? Dog, you at work today? You going to lunch? You still had that communication to say, well, I ain't seen so-and-so in the chat for a few days. Let me type on the chat. Y'all that skeleton's crew that you didn't even notice? Nobody said, well, why is Denise still on the clock? What? Y'all just paying people overtime for fun? Don't your system automatically say, are you still here like Netflix? Baby, y'all supposed to be, as employees, shocked and disappointed, because now if Miss Denise, after 60 years, I don't know how long she was with Wells Fargo, but at 60 years in life, whatever happened to her health related, because it doesn't sound like it's foul play, the fact that she went unnoticed concerns me about what your company does when y'all clock in and when you clock out. There's nobody watching y'all clock in and clock out. You just payrolling to be payrolling. to the family of Miss Denise, I have questions as well. Because even if she went to work, does she stay by herself? Because nobody was like, well, let me check on my mama, let me check on my auntie, let me check on my wife. Like, is she the sole person in her family and everybody else lives in another state? Because, baby, if I come home 10 minutes late because I'm so patterned, people be like, you straight, you good, you know, you ain't answer your phone. But it's not a place of being controlled. It's a place of, this is out of character for me. I tell people all the time, I have the most impeccable time management skills. I'm never on time, I'm before time. And if you know I'm supposed to arrive somewhere and I'm not there, something happened to me because I am before time. So the people that love me be like, wait, Shaunie, you good? And then I'll text them as a heads up, like, hey, it's just a bad accident, I'm good. Because of my patterns. So what patterns did Miss Denise have that y'all just said, forget about Miss Denise, we're not going to check on her? Did she tell y'all that she was just a secretive person and didn't want to be bothered? Was she mean around the office? What made her go unnoticed for that many hours? That's 120 hours, ain't it? Let's do the math, because you went to school. No, that's 96. Either way, it's close to 100. The fact that the building was stinking and y'all just thought it was normal until somebody walked up there and she was slumped over. Man, that poor lady probably cried for help for a long time, or maybe it was painless and she didn't. But the fact is, y'all ain't got no cameras at work. Y'all can't possibly have no cameras. Y'all ain't got no motion sensor lights. The whole upstairs was dark. Nobody noticed. Like, y'all gonna have to make this make sense to me. Now, again, Wells Fargo, every time y'all pop up in the news, it's bad news, dog. First, you stole or blocked Wendy Williams from getting her money from her account. And then you turned around and you had the fraud where you were taking, fraudulent incentives from people that signed up for new bank accounts and housing loans. And now Miss Denise done died in a cubicle. Y'all didn't even know. Again, I have questions. If you say you have 24/7 security and you have a team that comes and cleans up the office, how did you skip this? How? Now, they said we're deeply saddened by the loss of our colleague and are providing support to our employees through our Employee Assistant Consulting Service. And that's what a spokesperson said for Wells Fargo as they issued condolences. And they said that they're cooperating with this ongoing investigation. Now, I'm sure they're going to do an autopsy, and I pray that it was no foul play. But either way, you should not be so attached to work that you go unnoticed. That has concerns, because now I got to say, well, if you don't come back for lunch, do your job even notice? If somebody come in the building and start human trafficking, does your job notice? But I always told myself, if your name on the outside of the building, you are just a clock-in employee with an associate number. You can go missed because there's so many people in a company as big as Wells Fargo. All you see all day is like this. And some departments just don't know everybody within a department because the floors are massive. Some people have 1 to 10 floors. Some people have a whole office building. But to have your employee pass away and go unnoticed, y'all got some work to do. Your employee services, hopefully it comes with a lot of therapy, because people have to now process what they mean to y'all. And if something happens to them health related, are y'all going to be more responsive or less? Again, to the family of Miss Denise, I hate that for you guys, because nobody wants to get that call that it's you have to confirm the identity of a loved one, or better yet, they've confirmed the ID of your loved one, and now you have to go up and hear the news because you had no knowledge that this even happened. And that's a sucky feeling. Miss Denise, may you rest in peace. But it slowly reminds me why corporate America has lost its value and everybody's just working and just working. And it's no longer family oriented because everybody's too busy. And I hate that. I really hate that. But I am just the messenger, y'all. It's your girl, Shaunie B. And if you're cool with your girl, go food with your girl, make sure you check out my website. Yes, that's www.shauniebentertainment.com. You have the options to purchase the fan gear. You do have the options to drop donations, but I always tell y'all there's no pressure to do either of those two. Those are just options if you choose to support my journey. Other than that, I appreciate y'all spending time with me. Y'all watch my videos, y'all comment on my videos, y'all wish me words of encouragement, and y'all brag about me to somebody else, and you share my videos. And for that, I always want to say thank you from my lips to your ears, because y'all could be anywhere else in the world, and you have to understand that I appreciate you. Not a lot of people say thank you, but I always want to make sure y'all hear from me. Let's hop in the comments, because medical emergencies happen every single day, and it's scary because more people are collapsing. And again, I have to say allegedly, because I don't know what happened to Miss Denise in her demise, but in other news, I hear people collapsing, or having heart attacks or strokes or aneurysms, and it makes me nervous, because if no one's there to help them, then it's a silent death of pain, and that's not what I want for anybody or your loved ones. So if you work in a big office, you have to ask your company moving forward, what are y'all doing to ensure that if there is a medical emergency, y'all are alerted? Does the computer time out? If you fall on the keys, does it alert them that there could be an emergency? Again, if you never clock out, does it send an emergency up the chain and say this is realistic behavior from this person? We need to check on them, send somebody down there. Y'all gotta have some type of fail safe, so people just don't sit and rot and die at a desk. Man, it's sad. But until next time, y'all. Next story. And I'm out this piece.